Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
And happy Monday to everyone. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed here with a look at your eyewitness weather forecast. Let's start with a live look at downtown Utica. The arterial right now is rather wet than white out there, and that's because we have temperatures in the mid-30s, 36 degrees, but calm winds, so it feels like 36. But that wind is going to be picking up as we head through the overnight hours and especially into tomorrow. The radar showing us right now that along into the north of Utica and the thruway, the Mohawk Valley, we do have rain light to moderate out there, but as you head through northern Oneida County into southern Lewis County, we are dealing with some moderate to possibly heavier rainfall out there. And as you head further north than that through most of Lewis County into northern Herkimer County, it is starting to change over to snow because we are dealing with some cooler temperatures up there, and that'll continue to occur as this cold front pushes its way in our direction over the next several hours through tonight and through the morning hours of tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll see temperatures warmest around midnight and then coolest as you head through the daylight hours. Speaking of temperatures, here's a look at the climatological averages for February. We have an average temperature of 25 degrees. That's both the high and the low, so it's not just the high temperature there. We usually see about 2.4 inches of rain, snowfall just shy of 2.5 feet, and the winds usually out of the west-northwest at 10 miles per hour, although it'll be stronger than that through the day tomorrow. I'll get to that in a second. And sun, we only see the sun about 38% of the time through the month of February, at least on average. Speaking of averages, this is a look at the Climate Prediction Center temperature outlook for days 6 through 10. So that's February 8th through the 12th, which encapsulates Super Bowl weekend. And it looks like we are going to see a pretty good chance of below average temperatures. The average temperature for this time of year is right around 32. So that means we'll be stuck in the upper 20s and lower 30s on average. And in terms of the precipitation outlook, we are also above average in that regard as well. Speaking of precipitation, let's take a look at our futurecast. As we head through overnight tonight, we'll see temperatures dropping through the mid-30s and eventually into the 20s out there. And as we head through the day tomorrow and into tomorrow night, we'll see temperatures dropping back into the teens and single numbers, but it'll certainly feel colder than that with the wind out there. So something to keep in mind as well. Tonight, 25 will be the low, but that'll occur early on in the night. As we head through about midnight and then through the overnight hours, we'll see temperatures eventually drop from the 30s down to the 20s. So 32 tomorrow, that'll occur early in the day, and it'll feel windy out. It'll be windy out there, so it'll feel like it's in the teens most of the day. Even though the temperatures will be in the 20s for most of the day, so it'll feel like the teens out there. So cloudy and windy tomorrow, 32, so that's right around average for this time of year, but again, most of the day will be in the 20s. As we head through Wednesday, we'll be in the 20s throughout the entire day, despite partly cloudy skies. And as we head through Thursday, that brings our next chance of snow or a wintry mix out there. It honestly just depends on the track of the storm as well as temperatures, but right now we're expecting temperatures in the upper 30s. And as we head through Friday morning, we'll see some of those snow showers lingering with a high of 32. Saturday, we get a bit of a break. Temperatures are slightly below average with a high of 29, and then another chance of snow showers Sunday morning with a high of 31. Thomas, back to you.
So, Jordan, what do you think here? 6 more weeks of winter, or are we looking at an early spring?
Unfortunately, I'm not a big believer in Punxsutawney Phil, as you talked about earlier, but I'm hoping for in early spring.
Definitely. Warmer temperatures, please come soon. Coming up next on Eyewitness News at 6, both Mexico...
Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
And good Monday evening to everyone. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed here with a look at your eyewitness weather forecast for the next couple of days. As far as current conditions go right now, though, we have a temperature of 33 degrees, winds out of the west-northwest at 7. So that slight breeze out there is already making it feel like it's 27, but at least the roads are mainly wet. That's something that's going to change as we head through the overnight hours as the cold front moves through our area, and that changes the rain over to snow. The only areas that are seeing rain right now are portions of southern Fulton County down through Montgomery County if you're on the New York State Thruway. The rest of us are seeing snow, and that'll come to an end within the next 1 to 2 hours as this cold front right here crosses through the area. It's basically on top of the Mohawk Valley right now and on top of the thruway. But that'll move to the south within the next 1 to 3 hours, and it'll take the snow with it. But something it'll do through the overnight hours is it'll cause the winds to pick up, and that could bring in some lake effect snow showers as we head through the day tomorrow. I'll get to that in just a second, but because we have started a new month of February, I wanted to show you the averages for this month. Temperature, this is both the high and the low, so this is not just the average high temperature. The average temperature for this time of the year is 25 degrees. We typically see about a little over 2 inches of rain, just shy of 2.5 feet of snow, and typically the winds at this time of year are out of the west-northwest at around 10 miles an hour, and they'll easily be well above that during the day tomorrow, and we only see about the sun about 38% of the time during the month of February. As far as the next 6 to 10 days go, that's February 8th through the 12th, so that includes this upcoming Super Bowl weekend as well. We'll see a pretty good chance of at, if not below average temperatures, and the average temperature for this time of the year right around 32 degrees, the average high temperature, I should say. And that also coincides with a pretty good chance of above average precipitation, and obviously if you combine that with below freezing temperatures, there could be snow, and that includes a pretty good portion of the eastern seaboard and areas east of the Mississippi River as well. But as far as the more immediate future goes, here's a look at Futurecast. 11 o'clock tonight, the cold front is passing through the area, taking the snow with it, and actually the high temperature tomorrow will occur at about midnight because of that cold front passing through. So we'll spend most of the day with not only cloudy skies, temperatures in the 20s, but out of the west-northwest winds, there could be a few lake effect snow showers out there. I wouldn't expect any more than an inch if you do get any lake effect snow showers out there tomorrow night into Wednesday morning, though. Temperatures will drop into the single digits and teens, but with the wind, it'll feel like it's below zero out there, and temperatures will struggle on Wednesday as well. In addition, despite the fact that we will have plenty of sunshine out there. 25 will be the low overnight. Any evening rain or snow showers will come to an end between midnight and 1 a.m. Otherwise, it'll just be cloudy out there, and with the winds out of the west-northwest tomorrow, 20 to 30, that high temperature of 32, that'll occur at about midnight, as I mentioned. We'll see temperatures dropping through the 20s throughout the day with clouds and a lot of wind out there. A few flurries out there, too, and the sunset is getting later. It's 5:21 tomorrow, so that's a sure sign that spring is right around the corner. Temperatures are in the 20s on Wednesday under partly cloudy skies, and then our next storm system moves in Thursday into Friday morning. It could be snow, sleet, freezing rain, or rain. It honestly just depends on the temperature and the exact track of the storm, which is certainly something we'll keep our eye on here over the next couple of days. And then Saturday to start the weekend looks quiet with the high of 29, just cloudy. Thomas.
So Jordan, what I'm hearing from you is we're looking at an early spring as opposed to 6 more weeks of winter.
That's my type of weather.
Tell me about it. Thank you, Jordan. Coming up next, the Utica Comets have...
Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
Good evening, everyone. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed here with a look at your eyewitness weather forecast on this Monday evening. And currently, temperature right now right at the freezing point in downtown Utica, 32, winds out of the west at 7 miles an hour. And that slight breeze is making it feel like 26. As far as the current radar is concerned right now, we do have snow, light to moderate, occurring to the north of the thruway and the Mohawk Valley, and that'll slide its way down toward the south as we go through the next 1 to 2 hours. That's part of the cold front that is making its way through the area, and that'll drop the temperatures, and it'll also cause a lot of wind through the day tomorrow. I'll get to that in a second, but here's a look at the cold front. As I mentioned, it's basically right on top of Oneida County in the Utica area right now, and as it slides its way to the south, it'll take the snow with it, but it'll cause, again, the winds to pick up behind it. As far as the month of February is concerned, because we are in a new month right now, the average temperature for the month of February, keep in mind this is both the highs and the lows, so not just the high temperatures. 25 degrees is the average high. We usually see about a little over 2 inches of rainfall. In terms of snowfall, we see just shy of 2.5 feet, and the winds are out of the west-northwest typically at about 10 miles an hour. We typically see the sun about 38% of the time for this month. And as far as the next 6 to 10 days are concerned with regard to temperature, looks like we're going to see a pretty good chance of at, if not below average temperatures. And the average high for this time of year, keep in mind, is right around 32 degrees. And that's for February 8th through the 12th. So that includes this upcoming Super Bowl weekend as well. As far as precipitation is concerned as well, we have a pretty good chance, so does much of the East Coast, of seeing above average precipitation. And of course, if that combines with temperatures at or below 32 degrees, it could certainly fall in the form of snowfall, like we're seeing this evening on our Futurecast as that front moves to the south. It'll take the snow with it. And by tomorrow morning, we'll see temperatures in the 20s out there with a pretty good amount of cloudy skies. Through the afternoon, with the winds out of the west and northwest, we could see a few lake effect snow showers, but the best chance is about 20 to 30%. And it won't add up to very much in terms of accumulation tomorrow night into Wednesday morning. We see temperatures in the teens and single numbers out there, but with the wind, it'll feel like it's around, if not just below zero, to start your Wednesday out there. Although Wednesday, even though we do see plenty of sunshine, we don't see temperatures responding much because of it. We'll see temperatures making their way in the upper teens and lower 20s. I'll show you that in 7-day in just a second. But as far as tonight's forecast goes, again, any evening rain or snow showers should be coming to an end within the next hour or two. And then after that, it'll just be cloudy at low around 25. And that'll actually occur as we head closer to sunset. So this high of 32 for tomorrow, or sunrise, I should say. This high of 32 for tomorrow, that'll occur at about midnight tonight. Temperatures will drop throughout the day tomorrow. It'll be cloudy and it'll be quite windy out there. The winds will be out of the west-northwest 20 to 30, making it feel like it's in the teens for most of the day. And again, there could be a few lake effect snow showers or flurries, particularly for our northern and western counties. So 32 for tomorrow, but that does come with clouds and wind. For Tuesday, or for Wednesday, I should say, it's 22 with partly cloudy skies. And again, the wind will make it feel like it's in the teens. And then the next storm heads our way for both Thursday and into Friday morning. And depending on the exact track and the exact temperatures, we could be dealing with snow, a wintry mix, or just plain rain, depending on the exact track and the temperatures. And then as we head through Saturday, it'll be quieter to start the weekend with a high of 29 that day.
So what I'm hearing is if the temperatures cooperate, we might be looking at early spring as opposed to 6 more weeks of winter. What do you say?
That's exactly right, Thomas. That's certainly something that I'm hoping for because I'm not a big fan of winter.
Might be a Canadian, but I have to agree with you there. Coming up next on Eyewitness News at 11.